Welcome to rSlash Am I the Butthole, where OP likes to kiss her brother. I kissed my brother, and now my fiance wants to break up with me since he finds it weird. Am I the butthole? I'm a 25-year-old woman and my brother is 17. We've been close since childhood. It wouldn't be a lie to say that our main love language is physical touch. I see him as my baby. He's adorable and such a sweet kid. We hug, cuddle, and he also relies on me emotionally a lot. Now comes my fiance, who's 29. We've been together for 3 years, and he knows that I'm close with my brother. I moved in with my fiance last year, so I don't even get to meet my brother that often. So every time I meet and hug him, my fiance's always made some passing remarks like, "Whoa there," or "You guys sure are close." I just roll my eyes since I thought that he was joking back then. But 5 days back, it was my mom's birthday, and it's been 4 months since I saw my family in real life, aside from video calls, because we live in different cities. It was a small party with relatives, and I was happy to be there. We were planning to stay for the night and leave the next morning. At night, me and my fiance were up watching a movie when my brother knocked and came inside, asking if we could talk. My fiance gave me a side eye, but I got up and followed him. I asked him what was wrong. He said he missed me and that he's been having a hard time at school since he's struggling with his studies. He's a smart kid. He's at the top of his school, unlike me, and I knew he always had stress issues. He also mentioned how his friends are being very rude to him in one way or another, and this made him cry while talking about it, so obviously I was consoling him. We talked for around an hour before I hugged him, saying everything will be fine. And this is when my fiance walked in and asked, "Are you guys done?" He sounded upset, and he could have phrased that better, but after a few more minutes, I got up, gave my brother a kiss on the cheek, and told him we would continue to talk tomorrow. But once I got inside the room with my fiance, I think hell broke loose. He started telling me how gross I was for kissing my own brother. He said he was already upset that I've hugged, cuddled, and had my brother on my lap before on other occasions, but now the kissing was the final nail in the coffin. He said that I prioritize my brother more than I do for him, which is not true at all. I hardly see my brother ever since I moved out. He also said that I'm not seeing my brother as my family and that our relationship is not normal. He literally told me, "You guys are in love and we're having an affair," and that he hates how much we touch each other since it comes off as sexual. I'm aware that a lot of siblings don't do physical touch, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong. I don't understand what's sexual about this. Please help me understand. These made me feel so awful that I told him that my then father, separated now, was really abusive to my mom, me, and my brother as kids, which often makes me feel like I should protect him and that's all there is to it. But my fiance didn't even let me explain before he just left the room. The next day he called his mom and said he wanted to break it off with me. I talked to her myself, and she said that I should stay away from my brother if the marriage has to happen, since it could affect my fiance mentally, as he's a single child, so he wouldn't understand how siblings feel. She said it's better for both of us. Now I'm so conflicted because I don't understand what I did wrong. I never felt like I did anything to warrant a breakup. I love my brother and I love my fiance too. I knew my fiance always made backhanded remarks about my brother before, but it never crossed my mind he took it so seriously until that day. A sister kissing a brother on the cheek isn't normal for every family, but it is normal human behavior. It's completely acceptable. My family, we don't kiss each other. I don't kiss my mom. She doesn't kiss me. I don't kiss my dad or my brother. But I know there are families out there that do that, and this level of physical affection is totally fine. Your fiance is being jealous and unhinged. OP, you get 0 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving your fiance 2 out of 5 buttholes. My wife cheated on me and ended her life. This happened in April of 2022. My wife had lots of issues with depression. We had a lot of ups and downs in our 5 years together. We'd been married about 2 years when I found out she cheated on me with an old high school friend. At first, she told me that it was only over text, but a few days later, she confessed to it being physical. I immediately packed some things and went and stayed with my family after she told me about the texting aspect of this. After 2 days of her begging me to come back, I went back to our house where she was still staying to get more things. I got there, and it immediately turned toxic, and I left. We had 2 dogs and no kids, thankfully. So part of the reason I wanted to get things was also to check on our dogs. After that visit, I told her I wanted her out of the house by the end of the next day. The next day came along and she was found dead. She overdosed on all of her meds. I've been going to therapy for about a year now, and I still feel a decent bit of guilt and sadness on how it all ended. Her family hates me for her death. We have no contact, and that part still bothers me a lot. They hate me for finding a new relationship and new life about a year later. I'm happy in my new relationship. We just moved in together recently, but the trauma still negatively impacts my life almost daily, including my current relationship. I suffer from a lot of anxiety, depression, and self-image issues now from the past few years. I'm missing lots of details, but there's still not a lot of closure. Am I the butthole for trying to move on and be happy after the worst 2 years of my life? Ultimately, this is not your responsibility, and what are you supposed to do? It's normal to break up with someone after you find out they cheated on you. So I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes, OP. Am I the butthole for my response after my friend kept bragging about her boyfriend's dick size? I'm a girl, and I have a female friend who recently started dating a guy that she met on some dating app. They've been together roughly 3 months, I think. Ever since she got with him, she's been humble bragging about his alleged size. She'll make these subtle remarks about them needing so much lube, that she's sore today, wink wink, and all that. No one in my group, 6 of us total, all 22 to 24-year-old women, spoke up about it, and we always let it slide or laughed it off. However, it was cringe because she clearly wanted us to know. Hell, she probably wanted us to picture her man's wiener. FYI, she's never done this sort of thing before. She's typically private when it comes to intimate info like that, so it's out of character. It's so damn annoying and unnecessary and too much information. A few days ago, we all went to brunch. I ordered a drink that came in a glass that looked semi-phallic, and someone jokingly said, that'll do. The dick bragger burst into laughter and immediately managed to make a pervy reference to her boyfriend somehow. I was extremely fed up. I finally told her that I'm very curious at this point, and I need to see hard physical evidence of this body part. I said that everyone at the table is curious about this mythical sausage and wants to see with their own eyes if the urban legends are true. I told her to show me a picture of her boyfriend's thingamajig ASAP so I can verify her claims independently. I explained that I established an interim dick size accuracy committee. Obviously, she got angry and said that I'm not funny. I told her I wasn't joking and genuinely wanted to see it for myself with my own eyeballs that I trust. She said that she obviously wouldn't share any dick pics and that I messed up in the head. We ended up having a huge argument. How huge, OP? And she left early and alone. So now there's 2 camps, some saying that I crossed the line and went too far with my joke. Others saying they're relieved that someone finally spoke up. Am I the butthole? The top reply from deleted. I wish my dick was so big that it tore apart entire friend groups. Man, now I'm curious about it. There's kind of a mix of not the buttholes and also everyone sucks here because they're saying that OP sort of matched the trashy energy. And it's kind of hard to say without understanding the dynamic of the friend group. Personally, I think that the dick bragger went a little bit too hard, so to speak. But I don't really think you're the butthole personally because you're just returning the energy that she sent to you. So I'm giving your friend 1 out of 5 buttholes and you 0 out of 5 buttholes. Am I the butthole for refusing to pay for my mother-in-law's deductible after she smashed the gift I gave her? I was on Twitter a while ago, and I saw this ad for a political mug that made me chuckle. So I decided to buy it for my conservative mother-in-law as a gag gift, because I love the idea of the mug being gifted to someone who leans more conservative. Last night, it was my mother-in-law's birthday, and I was getting ready with my wife to go to the restaurant. My wife saw the mug at home before we left as I was packing it into a gift bag, and she rolled her eyes, saying I was being immature, but she laughed at the mug, saying, "Well, it's kind of funny, I'll give you that." We eventually got to dinner, and the whole family was having a good time. Then, at the end, we all gave our gifts, and when my mother-in-law opened mine, she realized what it was and had this sour look on her face, while the mug earned a couple of chuckles. My sister-in-law jokingly teased her, asking if she liked it. She just stood up and excused herself to use the bathroom. As she was about to leave, my sister-in-law said, "It's just a joke, Mom." And my mother-in-law grabbed the mug furiously off the table and slammed it on the ground, shattering the glass. A shard gave her a pretty sizable cut on her ankle. She had to go get stitches for the cut, and my wife said that we should pay for the deductible because she claims I'm the cause of the entire incident. But I said no. My wife got mad at me, telling me I was being immature. We got in a fight about it, and I said that it's ridiculous that I'm being blamed for her mom's actions. We ended up paying for it anyways. My wife is still kind of angry, and my mother-in-law is still furious and refuses to talk to me, saying that I'm a communist. Mother-in-law stabs herself in the foot. How could you do this to me? The mother-in-law definitely gets a butthole score of, I'll say 1.5 out of 5 buttholes because exploding a mug in the middle of a restaurant is not normal behavior. However, OP, maybe you do deserve a butthole because I don't know why you provoked your mother-in-law during her birthday. And okay, if you want to give a gag gift, I get it. But I always thought personally that if you get someone a gag gift, you get them a real gift also, because the whole point of a gag gift is the joke, but then, it's still their birthday. They still get a present, right? So, instead of giving your mother-in-law a gift, you just kind of insulted her, which is not a nice thing to do during her birthday. So I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes here, OP. That was rSlash the Butthole, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.